Welcome to another episode and video on my walking robot Mirft2 based on the fischertechnik TXT controller running embedded Linux. I'm trying to set the whole thing up to do some more experiments, and in order to do that I have to log in as well, and for that I have to be in this graphical user interface, which is the standard interface, not one of the fischertechnik community. Now, with this robot I have shown you before that when I make contact from the laptop I have to acknowledge the SSH connection. In this time I somehow pressed in the wrong place, so instead of acknowledging I did something else and it didn't connect. And now on the laptop it has timed out. So since I do not know how to restore it, I will shut it down, hopefully retaining data and time. So let's see how this works out. And then after booting I will immediately have to go to the default interface again, otherwise it won't do a thing. RoboPro will have no problem, but so going to the interface, here I am, settings, and date and time. Date is set correctly, very nice. Time is still set correctly. So now I am here again at the beginning, and now I will try to make contact again. Here we are. Press acknowledge. And I'm in. But somehow this screen is completely blank, and then I notice I forgot to attach the camera, so I will have to do that soon. But it's a completely blue screen, and that is not quite correct, but I will leave it at that. So I can run the first test, but let me first clean up the images from last time. And everything is tidied, so let's just run one thing. Oh, there's no use, there is no camera yet on it, so I'll first put the camera, because that is part of the deal. Last time I found that once again the robot makes a sharp turn to the right instead of going on to the objects, and when trying to reduce the speed I also found that that is a bad solution, because it needs the full speed of the motors to walk anyway. And if I reduce the speed of one side, which would be that side, since it walks like this, the speed can only be reduced for a little bit. What I want to do is to swap the motor connections and see whatever happens with that. So let's run the program. Connect it and go. This is not exactly what I envisioned. It's not even walking. Well, it does walk. Yeah, okay, now it suffers from lack of friction on a very frictionless surface. And so far I have not applied all the rubber feet, so I think it is time to put some rubber feet back on it. But what is it doing? No front sensors at all. But the left side is not really working nicely. Alright, yeah. With this struggling, it really shows it needs the rubber feet. Which gives me another problem with the way it walks. How to apply them correctly? Do I have to glue them? Because the ties that I have for it why does it stop? It stops completely. But why? Oh, it has front sensor 1 activated. Okay. Front sensor 1, which is that one. Which makes sense since it looks like connecting to that object. But it took a long time. So let's review what has happened and see if the rubber feet will make a difference. Alright, so now we have come to some results testing. This one ended with a sound because of front sensor 1 being activated. At least that is what I suppose has happened. Quite a few images. Also quite a few hand corrections. And let's see whatever has happened. Now, from since there's only one camera action in this program, I can safely assume that 2413 is the oldest. So let's see about this one. Alright. Then another one. 20 is 7 seconds later, of course. Let's skip some and go to 38. See, here it already has a diversion. And where do we go to next. 25.0. Yeah, a stronger version. And this is the camera tripod, by the way. So, or one of the legs anyway. So this is what happens in well, here's only 26, so what happens in a minute is quite a lot. Let's go to the first one of 26, which happens to be 15 or 4 then, I think. This is after manual correction, clearly, because here the other object is completely out of sight, and here it is even the other way around. So in a minute a lot can happen. And the last one, let's take 21. And this is as close as it gets before hitting this one, and that is exactly what happens. It hits it, and this is the first one. So how does this help to adjust something, to create something that helps with the camera, or where the camera helps the course? I first assumed red, but I'm not so sure about it now. I have to take an object, one colored object, so I think red is good. But on the other hand, this one has 2 yellow, black and red, and then some other red objects and black objects, so, or parts I should say. So I'm not quite sure how to do that. On the other hand, first thing to do is, as I mentioned, the rubber feet, so I can make sure it can walk steadily and not slip away. But how to do that, that's just a bit of another question. I can't do something with timing. I can swap motors for a bit, let's do that, and not forget feet, but that will be a real problem, fixing them. I've done several attempts, but none of them have worked out so far. Let's see. Okay, I put the feet back on it in a new way. I don't expect it to last long, but I can only know when I do it, and then I find this and look at the hind leg. This is no good, of course. So with this fix, let's check for the other things, and they look good, although this part can be pushed inside as well. The rest looks a little better, so let's continue. And see how it goes with the feet. And yeah, I'm quite curious. Of course, that object is too lightweighted to have any means in touching the object. But anyway, let's see how it goes. if it goes anyhow. That doesn't look very good. So, well, the program goes on, but if the robot doesn't do a thing, connects. Okay, that's a network error again. Looks more like prancing than walking. So, I think I should replace the battery, which is quickly done. And then see whatever happens. I'll do that off screen, as you have noticed. And then this happens, a fully charged battery, and away you go. So, from bad to worse. Okay, this means that I now have to take a break to actually load some battery stuff, unfortunately. With a newly charged battery powering up and being very surprised that it had retained its date and time settings, I do have to relog in, of course, because it has powered off. So the connection was lost. And that gives a problem in the present terminal, so new tab. And this takes a little bit of time, unfortunately. Yes. And I'm in, and again this blue screen. Maybe you noticed what happened on the screen, but I'm in anyway. And for the terminal that you saw where the code is, I have to do exactly the same. Otherwise I can't verify code stuff. Okay, I'm in. And let's now see what happens with the feed, etc. It should have power now. I hope it won't stop in a so-called prancing position. Only thing we can do is test and see. That is not what I want to see. Why is this happening? and the program is just continuing. Is there a wiring problem somehow? Not that I see. Why is it doing this? Okay, interrupt, go. And now I see that the display slowly comes back to life, online and stop. And it says pick done. Why? Go. I have to, okay, it says now online, and there it goes. And it still says online. Right here it says online, and that's correct because the program is online being run. That is to say, the program does run on the controller, and via SSH terminal I am inside the controller now. But why does it do this? It keeps saying online, it keeps making pictures, and those are not worthy or worthless because it's all in the same position. So I interrupt the program and start again. And display flash, reset as it were, and then timeout will getting new frame from a camera. I'm not quite sure what to think of this, but I certainly do not like it. So how to go from here? Not quite sure. Okay, so now we are in a situation that for some odd reason the robot keeps staying in this situation. As I told you, I had to log in via a new terminal here as well. This works. So this is the error that I got. Well, actually it goes pretty far back. And then I interrupt it, Ctrl C, and then stuff goes alright. Until, well, here is a camera thread starting, then the program gets on, and timeout while getting frame from camera pick done goes on, and then I interrupt it again right here. So with a fully charged battery, why is this happening anyway? Well, I can see for RoboPro, which is where I have it somewhere. Let me see. No, not here. Anyway, since this is Linux, I cannot see for the camera which is attached. You can only do that when you run Windows, and I do not have Windows. So that is something different, unfortunately. What I can do is see for some more images. and they are all valid, by the way, as you can see. They're all valid images. And the last image that I took was 26.9, yeah, 9.26.9. And that was here. So only these pictures were taken after. Now, interesting to see 9.56 56 43. Am I counting correctly? No, I have to say 9.56 43. That's a new one. Almost identical as this one. So, and the last one is then 9.57 45. So it barely changed position, and it just is, as you can see now, in a kind of prancing position. Why it does that, I have no idea. It's not, I don't have something in the code that say and now prance. So to be honest, I have no idea. And once again, warning, the premature end of the JPG file, which I still don't get, because the images are correct. Anyway, I'm not getting any further. The feet haven't proven themselves yet. I would have liked to see that it walked straight on, or anyway walked faster, and maybe I should mount the feet the same way as I have here, and do that here as well. Maybe that helps. Alright, so where to go from here? Final part of this episode. You saw the images taken from the camera on the robot, and I can't tell much about it other than not changing the position. Behavior totally unknown. I have no idea. It started out quite well. Then with the wrong battery. Why the battery is wrong, I don't know. It was freshly charged, as I said. But anyway, it gives food for thought. It did end quite well in the first place, in the first attempt. Okay, after some manual corrections, but anyway, with a sound file that marks the end of the routine. Quite happy with that. And how to go on? Well, rubber feet, and hopefully less prancing and just walking. And then thank you for watching this video. If you like this video and subject of a walking robot, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Give it thumbs up, leave a comment. You can also follow me on Twitter. If so, please retweet and like, leave a comment, and you can also follow me on Instagram. Like and leave a comment. Please donate to keep videos coming to you. Much appreciated. More information on my website. Also, you can become a patron and have your name mentioned depending on your pledge, either on just my website or on my website and with my video, with a video. More information once again on my website, and on my website are more of my projects and links to pictures and whatever. This is going to be continued. Bye bye.